Okay. So this is kind of a really big story today, right? There are this is interesting, especially given where we find ourselves right now in regards to James Gunn, in regards to Dan Harmon, and a lot of other people. New York Times stands by its new tech writer Sarah Jeong after racist tweets surface. Yeah, yeah, interesting, isn't it? Interesting. This is where we kind of find ourselves, right? Interesting that this is where things are now. Trust me when I say that the irony of the situation is not even remotely lost on me. Tech writer, racist tweets, she's Asian, and she gets to keep her job. That's not lost on me at all. It says here, the New York Times is standing by its hiring of tech writer Sarah Jeong, despite several derogatory tweets of hers aimed at white people, which were recently unearthed on her Twitter account. Oh man, it's kind of sick how much joy I get out of being cruel to old white men, Jeong wrote in July 2014, one of several old messages that have gone viral. Social media reactions first flared on Wednesday with images of incendiary tweets from unverified Twitter accounts that looked to belong to Jeong. They surfaced shortly after the Times announced she was joining the paper. The Times issued a statement on Thursday declaring that it had reviewed her social media history during the hiring process and it was standing by its decision to bring her aboard. Now, I have to guess I give the New York Times credit about that right there, right? Like I do give them credit for that in regards to like they looked through the tweets and they were like, okay, like we know what you've done and we're okay with it. I mean, I have to give them at least credit that they were aware. But then again, that's if they were aware, right? That's if they were aware. Now, they say here, we hired Sarah Jeong because of her the exceptional work that she has done. Her journalism and the fact that she is a young Asian woman have made her a subject of frequent online harassment. For a period of time, she responded to that harassment by imitating the rhetoric of her harassers. She regrets it, and the Times does not condone it. So... Oh, okay. So you got to love that there. It's like, so she was being harassed, and so she spoke out. She mimicked the rhetoric of the harassers as a way to fight fire with fire. I don't know if two wrongs ever really make a right, But that's their story. That's what they're saying here. So the paper said it had a candid conversation with Jeong during the interview process, and it thoroughly vetted her. And they say here that she's confident that she will be an important voice for the editorial board moving forward. I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here at what she says. She says, July 24th, 2014. Oh man, it's kind of sick how much joy I get out of being cruel to old white men. Okay. December 7th, 2015, saying I was equating Trump to Hitler before it was cool. That's even like, okay. That's kind of like milquetoast to me. Weak sauce. I've seen way worse. Let's see here. I open my mouth to politely greet a Republican, but nothing but an unending cascade of vomit flows from my face. That really? They're like, people are mad at that one? These are tame. Hashtag cancel white people. Okay, I can see that one being a problem. And now this one predominantly, because if you switch out white people with literally anybody else, this is basically what you see. She says, Rep Dan Mode. White people have stopped breeding. Y'all go extinct soon. That was my plan all along. Speaking to representative, yeah, that one right there is pretty. That one right there. That ain't good. As are white people genetically predisposed to burn faster in the sun, thus logically being only fit to live underground like groveling goblins. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That one. Yeah. That's, like in comparison to, let's say, some of the stuff that like James Gunn said, this is tame, right? This is tame. This is just tame shit. It's, but there is a level here where you have to kind of ask yourself, like, have times changed as a result of this, right? She could argue that this was just being edgy. These are from 3-4 years ago almost, right? And one could argue that. Now I don't know how she is now. I have no idea. So she could have regretted it. And if she has, then I see that being a fine thing. But, her calling Trump Hitler is not going to go over with a certain group of people. Her attacking Republicans is not going to go over with a certain group of people that are probably going to be calling for torches and pitchforks to take her out back and, just like jettison her into the sun or something. But at the same time, I have to sit there and I have to be consistent. So I don't agree with James Gunn being fired. I've been very adamant about that, right? You guys know I've made many videos about this so far. But at the same time, it's like, I understand that like the past tweets are past tweets, and we need to be willing to look past them and see how the person is now. That's what I'm saying. We don't quite know yet, right, how she is now. But people are already calling for her to be fired, that the New York Times is being hypocritical in today's, I guess, environment. Now, it goes on to say that Jeong's feed is filled with a host of messages that could be construed as racist and offensive. Jeong compared dumbass fucking white people to dogs. Ooh, that's pretty bad. That old white men were lemmings. Okay. And that white people would go extinct soon, and use the hashtag cancel white people. Saying here, are white people... Yeah, she already said that one. And Jeong issued a statement that echoed the Times, saying, "Hi all, I have a statement about the tweets that have been going around. Saying here, as a woman of color on the internet, I have faced torments of hate online along with this, with someone sending her, if I saw you, I would sock you right in your lesbian face." Okay. I don't know what that has to do with... Oh, there's the next one there. Okay. So another account says, shut the fuck up, you dog eating gook. Yeah, that's not good. That's a mean one. Now she says here, I engaged in what I thought at the time was counter trolling. While it was intended as satire, I deeply regret that I mimicked the language of my harassers. These comments are not aimed at a general audience because general audiences do not engage in harassment campaigns. I can understand how hurtful these posts are out of context and would not do it again. Okay. So if you look at the dates here, and you might be able to see it, but it is from October and September of 2014. And that's why I think the dates of these ones earlier are looking like, they are. But now this one right here from going to Rep Dan mode. White people have stopped breeding. Y'all go extinct soon. This is my plan all along. This is from August 16th, 2014. So the two examples she gave, this preceded them, not around the same time, right? Preceded it by at least a month. But then even this one here is December 23rd. So 2 months after, the one about her being a lesbian. So it is right around the same time. This one here is from 2013. This cascading vomit, tweet here is from then. So essentially what we're looking at here is, a woman who said a lot of dumb things and, got found out, that she's just, she's just an edgelord on Twitter being an idiot. That's really about what it is here. But we do see a couple things here saying that the Times says that Jeong would join the editorial board, touting her as staying ahead of every turn on the vast beat that is the internet. But she used to work at The Verge, and a staffer from The Verge here says, Elizabeth Lapato, congratulated her on the new gig, saying, just a shame for all of us that her Twitter is about to be a lot less fun. It depends on what else is there. We don't know yet. I don't know what they've uncovered. Now, Jeong has sent more than 103,000 tweets, Jesus, since joining the platform in 2009. Many of the offensive comments are from 2014, and the account has recently been active with commentary on various topical issues, including 3D printers and Prop 8. The offensive tweets have been highlighted in coverage by the Daily Caller, National Review, and the Federalist, and a variety of blogs and websites. So it says here that Jeong isn't the first gray lady hired to come under fire for offensive rhetoric on social media. Back in February, the board fired Quinn Norton hours after touting her as its next lead opinion writer to cover power, culture, and consequences of technology. When old tweets she'd sent were unearthed, she had sent several controversial tweets, once claiming that she was friends with various neo-Nazis and retweeting a word deemed derogatory to African Americans. Once the tweets surfaced, the Times editorial page editor James Bennett issued a statement that she had been fired. After her termination, she called the situation a context collapse, implying that her views had been misinterpreted. Well, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, context does matter here. And what Jeong is saying is that she was mimicking people that were harassing her at the time. But her tweets, we don't have all the context of what was being said to her. The two examples she gave, that last one was pretty bad, I will admit. But, should she be fired? That's honestly the question. Should she be allowed to take this job? That's the question right now. And I guess, ultimately, if she's moved on and she doesn't do this anymore, which the article I think probably would have covered it, I would be like, yeah, that's fine. Like let her prove herself, right? Let her prove herself. But what we have here is, again, this particular argument over the left versus right. And again, I have to just reiterate my point on this one. Put aside the partisan shit. Look at this from an individual person perspective, right? People have opinions you may not like. I have opinions probably many of you don't like. But we have to sit there and start addressing these situations on a case-by-case basis and not try to establish a norm of this. Because the faster we do that, like by me going down the path of trying to like make this an overall situation, it's only going to hurt everyone. This starts doing away with free speech. It starts chipping away at it because people will then start to restrict what they say, or they'll move to more anonymous accounts and they'll start going more underground. And that's, I don't know. I think it's antithetical to having an actual dialogue and conversation. So I'm not mad at this situation. The tweets were stupid. They were stupid as hell. If she's apologized and moved on, then let that be the case. Let that be the case. We have to lead by example. Let that be the case. And as I said, I've been consistent on this stuff for a while. I don't think Roseanne should have been fired. I don't think James Gunn should have been fired. I don't think she should have been fired. I think your opinions are your opinions, and provided they don't impact your job, that is where things are. And the thing is, though, this is moving away from, this is turning into more of a gotcha witch hunt than anything else. And all it's going to do is end up getting people to scrub their entire Twitter accounts and leave social media for good, because they have now more to lose than to gain by the concept, because we're weaponizing this nonsense. And honestly, to me, it just needs to stop.